we present for your pleasure a fifth gear recharged shootout. Take two cars that occupy the same motoring ground, put them on a track and find out which one gets around quickest. This time we've got a pair of super mini EVs, the Honda E and the Peugeot E-208. Any car nut knows Peugeot built one of the greatest hot hatches of all time, the 205 GTI. Does this 208 GT share any of its DNA?
Now the GT package, it doesn't add anything in terms of power. It's still got the same engine as normal, 136 horsepower, but it does give stiffer suspension, wider tyres, which will improve grip and in theory, your lap time.
In fact, the Peugeot beats the Honda on just about all stats. 0 to 60 in 8.1 seconds, top speed of 93 miles an hour. It's 70 kilograms lighter and it costs £4 less. But will that matter on the track where the numbers, well, they're not the whole story?
One of the first things you notice is it doesn't accelerate very quickly. The car weighs 1,455 kilos, which in the world of EVs, that's pretty light. But compared to the original 205 GTI, that was 850 kilos. So it's in a different world. Got a lot of understeer, particularly on the way into the corners. And I must say, I've never been a fan of this weird steering dashboard relationship. I just can't see the dash. I don't like it.
Okay, let's settle this argument once and for all. It's the hot lap time.
Right, come on then. Come on, accelerate! It hasn't got any get up and go. I mean, after 60 miles an hour, it just seems slow. Oh man, understeer. So we're in sport mode and it does feel a bit lazy. It needs more grunt, this car. Oh, I don't like it. I don't like it. Right, and stop the watch.
1 minute 32 seconds, not a bad result. Let's see how the Honda fares.
Now, before we get going, I've got to quickly mention range. Now, that's something which I normally wouldn't care about during shootouts, but this Honda, it's only got 131 miles.
By contrast, the Peugeot is good for 229 miles.
And those numbers have been calibrated with the Vicar driving in normal mode, and obviously I'm going to go straight to sport and ring its neck. So I best get cracking and tell you what it's like.
The 0 to 60 is 8.3 seconds. Not scorching, but it feels enough to have some fun.
Now visually, there appears to be a bit of conflict here because the inside is very space age and the outside is very retro. I like that. I think it looks, from the outside, looks really cute, fun, friendly. By doing away with exterior wing mirrors with these TV screens I've got, which would be the door mirrors, they're great, I like that. It's a really funky, nicely designed bit of kit. And guess what? It's rear-wheel drive. When would you imagine you'd ever say, I've got a rear-wheel drive Honda? You can feel the chassis is just a bit more neutrally balanced. It still has a little bit of understeer, but we are on a slightly damp circuit. I mean, there's no chance I'll be getting the back out. Just hasn't got enough grunt. Right, traction control is off. I think we need to get after a fast lap.
I'm down to 9% battery life with hardly any range. I better go on with it.
Power, go! Ready to get a good exit here, right on the... Pitch it in. Ooh, didn't have a little break there. Running a little wide. Got away with it. Brakes are great, but it's annoying that when I brake hard, the hazard warning lights keep coming on. What for? Suspension is pretty soft. I tell you what, if you fire into a corner a bit too quick, it has got quite a lot of understeer and float. Yeah, it's fun. I've got a smile on my face. Oh, Yeah, our brakes are good. She's got to keep this thing rolling all the time to get a decent lap time out of it. You know what, I think this is going to be quicker than the Peugeot. Not by much. Do you know what? It's just putting a smile on my face. It's a fun little car.
OK, let's get to the times. The lighter, more powerful and front-wheel drive Peugeot beats the Honda by 0.15 of a second. I thought the Honda had it, but the stopwatch never lies.